Change feels exciting at the beginning, but uncomfortable when it becomes real. He decided to change his life. He would wake up earlier. He would study more. He would build better habits. The plan looked simple, but the first morning felt heavy. The alarm rang. His body wanted sleep. His mind said, "Start tomorrow." Why is change so hard? The answer is not weakness. It is biology. The brain loves patterns. Patterns save energy. When you repeat something many times, the brain creates shortcuts. These shortcuts are called habits. Habits feel easy. Change destroys shortcuts. When you try something new, your brain must work harder. Hard work feels uncomfortable, so the brain resists. It sends thoughts. This is difficult. This is not necessary. You can rest today. This resistance feels personal, but it is natural. Now, think about learning English. At first, you feel motivated. You listen carefully. You repeat sentences. But after a few days, motivation decreases. Why? Because the brain prefers comfort. Listening to difficult English creates mental strain. Strain feels like danger. The brain protects you from strain, but growth lives inside strain. This is the paradox. Comfort feels safe. Growth feels uncomfortable. He understood something important. The problem was not difficulty. The problem was expectation. He expected change to feel good. But change feels awkward first. When you start exercising, your muscles feel sore. When you start speaking English, your mind feels tired. This tired feeling is not failure. It is adaptation. Adaptation takes repetition. Another reason change is hard is identity. If you see yourself as lazy, discipline feels unnatural. If you see yourself as shy, speaking English feels strange. Change requires a new identity, but identity shifts slowly. First, you act differently. Then you repeat. Then you believe. Belief comes after action, not before. He stopped waiting to feel ready. He acted while uncomfortable. 5 minutes of study, 10 minutes of listening, small effort. But daily effort creates familiarity. Familiarity reduces resistance. Resistance decreases over time. Slowly, the new habit felt normal. Normal feels easy. Easy feels sustainable. Now change no longer felt heavy. It felt logical. He did not become perfect. He became consistent. Consistency is stronger than motivation. Motivation rises and falls. Consistency builds slowly, and once built, it supports growth naturally. Change is hard because it challenges comfort, but comfort rarely creates progress. Understanding this makes the journey easier. Not easy, but easier. Continue listening. After a few weeks, something changed. The resistance was still there, but it was weaker. He noticed that starting became easier, not because the task changed, because repetition reduced fear. Fear lives in the unknown. When something becomes familiar, fear loses power. This is why the first step is always the hardest. The second step feels lighter. The third step feels normal. Now he understood another reason change is difficult. Change removes immediate pleasure. Old habits give quick comfort. Watching videos, scrolling on the phone, avoiding work. New habits give slow rewards. Study today. improve next month. The brain prefers instant reward, but success prefers delayed reward. He trained himself to enjoy small progress. One page finished, one lesson completed, one new sentence spoken. Small wins created momentum. Momentum created belief. Belief made repetition easier. Another important idea appeared. He stopped trying to change everything. Big change creates big resistance. Small change creates small resistance. He focused on one habit at a time. Wake up earlier, then improve listening, then reduce distractions. One step, then another. This felt manageable. Manageable actions repeat. Repeated actions become automatic. Automatic behavior feels natural. Natural behavior no longer feels like change. This is how transformation happens. Slowly, quietly, without drama. He also accepted bad days. Some days were productive. Some days were slow. He continued anyway. Continuation mattered more than perfection. Perfection creates pressure. Pressure increases resistance. Resistance blocks action. Action builds progress. Progress builds confidence. Confidence reduces fear. Fear once stopped him. Now it motivated him because he understood something powerful. Discomfort is temporary. Growth is permanent. When you remember this, change feels less frightening. It becomes a process, not a threat. And when change becomes a process, you stop fighting it. You start living it. Continue listening. Over time, he noticed something surprising. Change stopped feeling like effort. It started feeling like identity. He no longer said, "I am trying to change." He said, "This is who I am becoming." That sentence was powerful because identity guides behavior. When you see yourself as someone who learns, you learn naturally. When you see yourself as someone disciplined, you act with discipline. Change became part of him, not forced, not dramatic, just repeated. He also learned to be patient. Real growth is slow, invisible at first. But invisible work creates visible results later, like building a house. You start with the foundation. You do not see progress immediately, but without the foundation, nothing stands. Change builds foundation. Daily listening builds fluency. Daily effort builds confidence. He stopped looking for quick transformation. He trusted small daily improvement, and that trust reduced pressure. Less pressure created calm. Calm improved focus. Focus improved results. Results reinforced identity. Identity supported change. The cycle became positive. Now change no longer felt scary. It felt necessary because staying the same felt smaller than growing. And once you taste growth, comfort alone is not enough. Remember this. Change feels hard at first because it challenges who you used to be. But if you stay consistent, the new version of you becomes natural. If this lesson helped you, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new English learning session. Keep growing, and I'll see you in the next episode.